Hi friends, the subtotal function is one of the most underrated functions of Microsoft Excel. It is a very effective function and if used in a proper manner can help you greatly. So without any further ado, let me show you how to use the subtotal function. So friends, over here I have an Excel file called as subtotal trackfile.xlsx and the link for downloading this practice file is given in the description of this video. In this file there are certain columns like serial number, item name, manufacturer, quantity, unit price and amount. Now take for example, I want the sum of this quantity. Then in that case, Excel provides a very simple function called as equal to sum. I'll just type that function, open parenthesis, highlight these cells, close parenthesis and hit enter. Same way, if I want a sum of amount, I would type equal to sum, open parenthesis, highlight these cells, close parenthesis and hit enter. So I get the sum of amount. However, if I would like to see data only for the item name mouse, then you have to filter this data. So in that case you have to apply a data filter, which I have already applied. And now I want to filter it with mouse and I would like to see whether the changes are reflected in the total or not. So I would click on this drop down, deselect everything and select only mouse. Then I would click on OK and you get the data filtered only for mouse. So here two things you can notice. One is it is not showing me the sum of quantity, which should actually have been 2000, but it is showing me 5100, and here also it is not showing me the total of only for the mouse, it is showing me for all the hidden columns as well. At the same time, if you notice point number 2, that is the serial number is coming as it was instead of coming as 1, 2, 3 and 4. So let us see how we can take care of this situation. So I will again clear the filter so that all the data is visible, and I would remove this sum function. Now instead of the sum function, this time we'll use a function called as equal to subtotal, and we will give open parenthesis. Now after giving subtotal, you can see Excel provides you further options. It tells you what you would like to subtotal, whether you want average, count, count A, max, minimum and so on. Now next to each of these, it is also showing me a number. So if I want average, I can type 1. If I want count, I can type 2 and so on. In our example, I want sum, so I can type 9, or I can just double click on sum. After that, I would type comma, and then it is asking me the reference. So I highlight these cells and I close parenthesis and I hit enter. Now you can see that it is showing you the same result as it was showing you for sum. But let us see what happens when we filter the data. So I would click on item name, deselect everything and select item name mouse, click on OK, and now you can see it is showing me the total for only for mouse. Same way, let us check again. I deselect mouse and this time I select keyboard and and now it is showing me total only for keyboard. So again I'll clear the filter. Let me show you one more time for the amount field. So I will type equal to subtotal open parenthesis, then I would type 9 for sum, then I would type comma, then I would highlight the cell ranges, I would close parenthesis and hit enter. Now I would filter my data. So I would deselect everything, select the product I want, and it will show me the total only for that particular highlighted cells. So this was the subtotal function. Now let us see how we can take care of this scenario. Now what I want that when I filter it for mouse, the serial number should change to 1, 2, 3, 4. When I see the data for keyboard, it should show me the filter. It should show me for keyboard the serial number as 1, 2, 3, 4. And when I see for everything, again it should show me 1, 2, 3, 4. So let us see how to take care of this scenario. So I'll first delete this data. Then I'll just increase the width of this column. I'll click on the first cell and I will type equal to subtotal, and I will give open parenthesis. Now it is asking me what you want, and this time instead of selecting sum, I would select count A number 3. Then I would select comma, and now it is asking me the range of cells. So I select this cell. Again I give colon, so it selects D3 to D3. So D2 to D3 is 1. When I copy this formula down, it should change to D3 to D4. Then it will come as 2. Then it should come D3 to D5, and then it should come as 3, and so on. So what we will do, this first cell, we will lock it by pressing F4, and then we will give close parenthesis and we will hit enter. So you can see it is showing me that the subtotal, and it is showing me the count of 1 to 1, D3 to D3. Now when I copy this down, you will see it becomes 2 because it now changes D3 to D4. If I copy it down, it changes to D3 to D5, and so on. Now the beauty of this subtotal function is that in future, whenever I filter my data only to any specific product, the numbers would change to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, if I see all the data back again they would be restructured to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can check it for any other item name. The numbers are changed accordingly, and when you select everything, the numbers come back to 1, 2, 3, 4. So friends, hope you have studied something new in this function called as subtotal. Learn something new every day. If you have liked this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you again in the next lecture. Till that time, goodbye.